Hey guys, first regards in here, and so I'll be talking about a precision enhancement decapitating stratagem build for Space Marine 2's Techmarine class in patch 12.2. Now, this perk was finally fixed in patch 12.2. This says killing or incapacitating Majoris or higher enemies with the Servo gun regenerates its ability charge by 100%. The cooldown is 90 seconds. Now, primarily, I would only ever take this with the sniper enhancement because without this version, this one honestly kind of sucks. Like the bolter version doesn't really benefit from this a ton. The plasma definitely does not. I think both of these are far better off with the fire perk over here on the Size Fury. But that being said, I will be building around this one today, and for our weapon selection, I am starting off with the bolt rifle ×2 headshot multiplier variant. This weapon's actually pretty good with the Techmarine, maybe not as strong as tactical, but to be honest, who is as strong as tactical when it comes to ranged weapons? And as far as the perk synergies go, you do have options like long range barrage for even more damage at a greater range, and that does help out a ton with the ×2 headshot multiplier version here. Now for the perk tree, I do start off with the perk Headhunter first. Headshots deal 10% more damage, moving here into the perk Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. This is a pretty substantial buff to your damage when it actually takes effect, but to be honest, being below 30% HP on Techmarine is a pretty dangerous spot to be because Techmarine is usually in danger of being one-shot that HP level, but even with that being said, it can still be a pretty strong perk effect. Next perk here is Fast Reload, moving here into the perk Able Reload. After using a class ability, the equipped weapon instantaneously reloads. This is actually pretty damn good, especially with the perk here Decapitating Stratagem, because you do get your ability charge back to full off of this one quite often, and because of that, you can actually double trigger this perk and get a full magazine capacity over and over again. So actually pretty good on Techmarine here. Next perk here is Recoupment. Killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a headshot, this weapon restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. You know, armor restore is good on every single class in the game, but especially Techmarine because your HP pool on Techmarine is the lowest in Space Marine 2 aside from the sniper class, and his damage reduction is not very high for his HP at all, so a really good option here to like have some damage caps. Next perk here is Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage. Non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. Well, we are a headshot multiplier variant for this gun, so definitely pick this perk up, and really you should pick this perk up on every single variant because headshot damage just matters way too much in this game. And the final perks here are of course things like Great Might for more boss damage, into the perk here Adamantine Grip, Rapid Health for more HP healing, and then I pick up the perk Headhunter, Extended Magazine, and Divine Might, and that's pretty much all there is for the bolt rifle setup. Now for my secondary weapon selection, I do take the Rate of Fire Plasma Pistol, mainly for the contested health recovery here on a fully charged shot, though alternatively you could take the Inferno Pistol if you wanted to in either variant. I would set it up this way, but for the Rate of Fire Plasma, I do set it up for all ammo economy because the ammo economy of this gun just sucks. It's not too bad on this class because you do have a primary, but that being said, you should definitely be careful when it comes to how you use these shots because wasting your ammo on the Plasma Pistol is incredibly easy, which is why you always want things like Plasma Collection, Efficient Charge, and also more shot charge speed off of stuff like Perpetual Velocity because a shot charge rate that simply allows you to stagger enemies far more easily and also get your contested health back far more quickly, so really good all around here. Now for the melee weapon, I do take the brand new Heroic Combat Knife Argent Edge. This is just the best fencing weapon in the game currently, in my opinion, mainly because of the heroic perk effect here, Scathing Retort. The riposte window is shorter, but each riposte deals damage. This will not only give you damage on a perfect parry, but every perfect parry with this weapon will give you a gun strike on the first parry no matter what. Doesn't matter if you're fighting like a triple Ravener hit or something like that, or a melee Terminator, you will just get one parry and an instant gun strike. That makes this weapon incredibly safe, and on top of that, you can also skip over perks like Arc Cleave and Push the Advantage because the melee damage of this weapon really does not matter too much. That opens up a bunch of other perk options for you. Now, for the perk tree here, I do just go down the top tree first. Starting off with the perk Armored Strength, you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. Moving here into the perk Sharp Impact, right and left Skull Crusher AoE radius increases by 50%. The main reason I skip over the bottom tree here is because kinetic energy requires consecutive heavy attacks, and this weapon is actually the slowest of all knives in the game, at least as far as like relic and heroic tiers are concerned, so a really shitty option for him in my opinion, so we do pick up this instead. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, and Perpetual Strength again for a 10% melee damage increase. And then I grab the perk here, Heavy Onslaught, into the perk Reeling Blow, Tide of Battle, Shoulder Bash for a much faster recovery on our lunging attack. And the final perk is Terminus Slayer. Now, alternatively, you could skip over this perk and pick up Extremis Slayer, or you could also skip over this perk, or like swap one of these out to go down for Shadow Stab instead. But like I said before, our melee damage on this is not super incredible anyways, even with the 18 strength, and usually you're using this weapon for parrying and gun strikes, and gun strike opportunities on the Techmarine are way better anyways. And that's pretty much all there is for the melee setup. Now for the Techmarine perk tree, since we are using Precision Enhancement, we do pick up the perk Decapitating Stratagem or Lethal Perimeter. I would not use Precision Enhancement with the perk here Omniscience Fury. You simply don't have enough shots to really get like the full benefit of the burn here, so these two are the way to go in my opinion. Now, the Precision Enhancement is very strong at one-shotting Zoanthropes. It can do significant damage to a Neurothrope as well. Pretty good for that, though if you don't want to pick this up, if you don't want to skip over Decapitating Stratagem, you could go like Plasma Burn, or you could go like Bolter Burn. These are both great options. I'm just taking this one today because we're building around Decapitating Stratagem. Next perk here is Omniscient Axe Deflection. After a perfect parry or perfect block, you will take 25% less damage from range attacks for 10 seconds. A 25% range damage reduction is very strong in Space Marine 2. Also, having a 10-second uptime on a perfect parry that happens all the time in this game is really damn strong as well. On top of that, range damage reduction will affect your armor, and this class does have one of the best armor regen perks in the entire game. With the perk here, Battlefield Repairs, it gives you an additional armor for every Majoris or Extremis finisher, so a really good synergy there. And alternatively, you could pick up the perk here, Methodical Destruction, and I would skip over Arc Cleave because your melee damage is matter too much on this build. Next perk here is a Long Range Barrage. Range damage at ranges greater than 20 meters increases by 25%. We are using a ×2 headshot multiplier bolt rifle, and getting a 20-meter shot with that is quite easy because it is fairly accurate. So really good synergy here, and this is probably the best perk in this tree for this build, though alternatively you could pick up Explosives Adept if you do want to do that. Next perk here is Battlefield Repairs. Squad members restore one additional armor segment for finishers on Majoris or Extremis enemies. This is the best team perk for the Techmarine currently. This got added to him in like patch 12.1, and ever since then it has felt way better than he did before with his team perk selection, because Combat Squad Resupply, this was previously like the only decent one besides Reinforced Position here. Like none of them are like god awful, this one is just the best. Next perk here is Designated Target. Enemies hit by the servo gun take 15% more damage for 10 seconds. You know, you could pick up this one, or you could pick up the perk here, Inexorable Salvo, or even Synergistic Arsenal. It is up to you. None of these matter too much for this build because your perfect parry window is quite strong anyways with the Scathing Retort on your Argent Edge, and also being able to get an instant gun strike, it does make you very safe on this build even without no knockback. Though if you want to take an Inexorable Salvo to make it a bit easier, you definitely could do that. I'm just going with this one today for like a little bit of a debuff on some enemies, though to be honest, none of these perks are like super good with the Precision Enhancement here anyways, so Inexorable Salvo is probably the best option. Next perk here is Augmented Tarantula. Tarantula Sentry Gun damage increases by 30% and ammo increases by 50%. This perk actually makes your Tarantula Sentry Guns hit pretty damn hard, and on top of that, an ammo increase of 50% means that they are lasting 50% longer, and that means you just have to have fewer interacts, which feels pretty damn good in this game, and for the most part, I think this is one of the stronger options on the Techmarine currently. Obviously, Replenishing Salvo is better because equipment is kind of OP in Space Marine 2, but this perk is also very strong. Next perk here is Strategic Gunstrike. The servo gun only targets Majoris or higher enemies and deals 20% more damage when the target is more than 20 meters away. The main reason we take this is because without the perk here, Lethal Perimeter, it is far harder to actually properly target the guys we want to, and wasting your shots here on a Minoris sucks ass, so definitely grab this one. Final perk here is Decapitating Stratagem. Killing or incapacitating Majoris or higher enemies with the servo gun regenerates its ability charge by 100%. The cooldown is 90 seconds. So as of patch 12.2, this perk is finally fixed to be properly working. Previously it had no cooldown at all, and before that it was bugged to waste a cooldown all the time. And the main benefit of this perk is that you have instantaneous servo gunshots. And what I mean by that is, on Precision Enhancement, you will usually be using Lethal Perimeter, and Lethal Perimeter operates like an Auspex scan zone, basically, where there is like a slight startup and where you shoot out your little Auspex zone, and because of that, you do not get the instantaneous CHP regen that this one can give you, which is like the major benefit here. It's a pretty good perk. I do enjoy using it. I do still think Lethal Perimeter is a bit better, but that being said, this one is definitely functional and viable on all difficulties. Now, for our prestige perk list, I do start off with the perk here, Chained Headshots. Headshot damage increases by 3% per consecutive headshot, up to a maximum of 15%, and the bonus lasts 5 seconds without landing a headshot. This perk is still incredible on the Techmarine. This is the exact same perk as Acuity on the Tactical class, and it's right there. It is great here. This will buff up the damage of your ×2 headshot bolt rifle a ton, so definitely grab this one. The next perk here is Unflinching Focus, which was previously called Indomitable. It says you are invulnerable to damage while activating torrential sentry guns. If you want to activate your sentry guns, you just take this perk. It makes you significantly less likely to die, and there are occasions where you will just never be able to activate a sentry gun without this perk, so definitely pick it up. Next perk here is Stim Boost for 40% more HP from stims, and the final perk is up to you. You could pick up Blast Radius, Defensive Stance. I would probably skip over Furious Gunstrike because your Gunstrike damage melee increase here really does not benefit your Argent Edge a ton, just like the other melee perks, so I would choose between these three. Volatile Sentry is okay. I mean, 1000% damage increase on the Sentry Gun Explosion may sound good, but this really only turns it to be able to one-shot Majoris, and one-shotting Majoris that are around it is not bad, but sometimes they'll just get blown up like automatically from range fire, so not as good as it sounds initially. So I picked up Defensive Stance on this build for 20% range damage reduction, and that's pretty much all there is for the perk tree setup. And you know, this build is pretty fun. Precision Enhancement with the perk here, Decapitating Stratagem and Strategic Gunstrike does feel pretty fun to use. Obviously, your results may vary depending on what enemies you're fighting, what boss spawns on you, because if you're fighting a Zoanthrope, you're going to one-shot them. If you're fighting a Neurothrope, you're going to do significant damage to that. If you're fighting a Carnifex, Burn and Bolter or like Burn Plasma is definitely better, but you know, if you want to swap to these, you can. I just built for this today because this perk is finally working, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thank you for watching, and if you want to come and watch me live to ask me questions about the game, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord.
I can restore this sentry to operational status. Its head split like overripe fruit. Replenished and ready. Surround that neuron. Stay dead, vermin.
He's hovering right over my turret. That's son of a bitch. I'm gonna save the ammo here if we can. Oh, there we go. Get cooked, dumbass. All brain couldn't figure out his turret beneath him. Oh yes. Oh yes, get him. Oh, you're cooked now. Oh, he's dead. That's okay. Perfect timing. Are we getting a monthly community update? Yeah, tomorrow.
Magazine in.
I know relic.
Silence the one who calls for help. Shoulder cannon is battle ready. Stay dead firm. Reloading. Brothers, join me. Fill your packs, brothers. Servo gun deployable. I'm having no luck.
Little temporary fix.
That was too easy. Arming up.
You son of a bitch. I have one of those.
Finished and ready.
Tatters or taters, think of the prime.
Codes obtained.
And how you say is hamburger, okay. His name is Taters and he says hamburger. That's all he says. Interesting. Which factions would you like to see? Which ones would I like to see? Orcs. Which one are we gonna see? Probably nothing. Ghost with the $50 super chat. Jake Sully has been stopped. I didn't know Avatar 4 was even out yet. That's good to hear. Oh, I guess I'll just punch him in the face. Knocking a lictor in the mouth has always been it's an age-old practice in Space Marine 2, you know.
Arming up. Never turn down fresh ammunition.
On PvE for Space Marine 3, Necrons and Orcs would be my preference with World Eaters. Get rid of Thousand Suns, but I feel like we're going to get Thousand Suns again because you got to think everything they make in this game can probably be fairly easily ported over to Space Marine 3 as well. They're almost guaranteed to be on the same engine and like built on the framework of this game.
Magazine out. Magazine in.
Like your clothes are in tatters? Oh, I see.
Automated sentry.
Another Neurothrope. Oh, we are built for that.
Followers. That was too easy. Servo gun
still does just delete neurothrips, huh? Look at that. Oh my god, why are there so many Ravagers? Bro, people are broken. They say this is a good game, that you were still playing on the first tired-ass map. Our standards of society are gone. Yet here you are in a stream chat for that game. Crazy. I can't imagine wasting my time on a game I hate. Let alone watching things for. I can't imagine playing it, let alone watching content about it. Live content, no less. We're also acting as though the gameplay loop of the first map is remotely the same as it was when the game first came out. Well, it's like, first of all, run a brand new class. I mean, wouldn't you think it's a good sign that people are still playing the first map years into a game's launch? I mean, it's still probably good to play. Pretty fun, right? It's like, is it really a bad thing in Darktide if you still play on the first map ever made for that game? I think for the 2-month sub, Iron Hands. This guy could not help himself but to type out a stupid paragraph. I mean, it's true. I don't think I've ever seen any game like this. It's a sign of a good map if people still want to play the map. A year and a half into a game, right? Doesn't mean the new content's bad. Have you guys seen the new Heretic leaks? Yeah, I have. It's not confirmed Heretic time, though. Well, thanks for robbing me the execute I actually wanted the game. Thank you. I forced you to grab the Hormigant, the Return God, last guy I actually wanted there. Hey, are we still doing that whole second to regards him as a hater and stealing FTG content, or is that dead and gone? I mean, you can always bring it back. You can bring it back anytime. It's only dead. You make it that way, you know?
Smells like fresh munitions. Overcrowding alerted General Servo. Unauthorized personnel. Observe your duties.
Oh, they made it 100 bits, Corn Hub. Good old Corn Hub.
2 axes remain.
I don't know about second tier guardsman. This third tier guardsman here is pretty nasty. It's true. How many guardsmen do we need, really? Billions. That's the answer. We need billions of guardsmen.
Reloading.
Trillions, yeah. Quintillions, really. Quintillions. What up, brothers? We better see the Blood Angel Space Marine 3% made it all the way back to Armageddon. I mean, they did say... They did say that Space Marine 3 will probably have another chapter in it. There was a whole poll about that a while back. Kind of like which chapter people wanted to see.
Magazine out! Magazine in! Never turned out fresh and
Demolition deployment sequence concluded. Nano errors logged under the Omniscience watchful oculus.
the moment of his vengeance is nigh.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Cryptomethium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
That was too easy. Reloading. No turning back now.
And we bring it back, boys. Let's go. We have third tier guardsmen, then we need a fourth tier guardsman. And then why not a fifth while we're at it? Why not a sixth? If you got a six, might as well have a seven. It's true. All the tour guardsmen are coming.
This is our killing ground, brothers. Arming up. Cut that sword throat, brothers. Kill it before it calls for aid. I will restore this sentry to unleash my Swanning shoulder cannon is battling. All work but no brains. Got to have that cyborg's buzzing out of my ears.
You want the Votan to stomp on these space dwarves? Hold on. I mean, Leagues of Votan will be in Total War 40k eventually, just not at launch. They did say they're going to try to add every single faction that 40k has ever seen to that game. See how that goes. That'd be a hard thing to do. They also have 10 years. Fear the Guardsman. Fear the Guardsman survive 7 tours.
Arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
On my honor, I will ensure your mission is a success.
I will hold you to that.
I will restore this sentry to unleash on our enemy. Smells like fresh munitions. Magazine out! Magazine in! Gun strike ready to deploy! Stay dead, Vermin!
Been playing this game for 2 days now. Your guys may be already able to do hard stratagems. That's great, dude. I think it helped.
This tarantula
Holy
is
shit.
still battle-worthy.
Oh, can I shoot that guy? Oh, just put yourself in range. You buffoon. Wow, that was actually highly effective. Oh my god. He's dead. Neat.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding.
Replenished and ready. Fill your pants, brothers. Servo gun destroyer. All Perk and no brains. Restoring automated sentry.
What's up, FTG? What's up, George? We're currently finishing up with Techmarine match.
Brothers. Keep it up.
This really is kind of just like the murder. Oh my god. No, they're calling for my turret. Get off my boy.
Keep up. I can restore this sentry to operational.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Thermal payload. Ah. I am moving high priest. Steal your minds. Kill that damn soldier. Magazine out. Magazine in. Shoulder cannon is battering. Finished and ready. Stun strike ready to deploy. Reloading. Smells like fresh munitions.
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards. We end this now.
Shoulder cannon is battering. Here is that horror. What dares hunt the son of Fenris?
Definitely feels like there's a disproportionate amount of neurothropes these days, I'll say that. Yeah, that was easy.
Extraction complete. Returning to
Old
orbit.
mops and neurothropes up.
Commendable work, brothers. You honored your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.
Alright, there we go.